Good afternoon. Welcome back to Shaving Down Under. I'm Doug. Today we are shaving with, this is all new for me, a company called Holy Kaw or Cow, I think it's Kaw, and their Valentynka soap. So don't know if anyone else out there has tried this company before. I've been nosing around their website and got quite a few soaps in the range, and reviews are very positive. So this is all a first for me, and I'm looking forward to it. Also have the splash. Big thank you to all my new subscribers that come on board, and of course a big thank you for all my older subscribers that have stuck around. Let's get into it. A few stories to tell, especially about Melbourne. We'll start straight off the bat. So I went to Melbourne last Wednesday, not the one just been, the one before, and I was doubling up. I was going to go see a band called DAD from Denmark on the Wednesday night, and then catch up with my mate and his lads to go to the races on Friday night and Saturday, as my mate's had a horse in on the Saturday. Big race day in Australia last Saturday. So flight was delayed 2 hours. Yeah, I can live with that. Land in Melbourne. Eventually get to my hotel room, which was quite nice. The Lygon Lodge. That's what it's called, on Lygon Street. Got changed because it was in the evening. I thought, right, Lygon Street in Melbourne, for everyone who doesn't know, it's got a ton of restaurants. I think it used to be an Italian area back in the day. So there's about 3 to 4 blocks of just along Lygon Street of restaurants and cafes and things. So I thought, right, I'll go just get a cheap pasta and push that down my throat before I go to the gig and drink. So I'm sitting there eating, scrolling on Facebook, and I'm thinking, something doesn't feel right. So I go onto this band's Facebook page, when I realised it wasn't for the 19th of October, the gig's on the 19th of November. It's like, oh well, I'm here already. So I've got to go back in a few weeks' time. Hard life. Anyway, Friday comes along, and it's a very nice spring day in Melbourne, nice and warm. The grey clouds started rolling in late in the afternoon, and so I got to Moonee Valley, the race meeting, the name of the track there, and hang on a sec. Okay, so get to the meeting. There's this old old saying in punting, in Australia at least, omen punting. You should back a horse like the first set of silks you see when you go into the racetrack. You should back it. You should back a horse with those silks. So I'm in my Uber. We're coming down the side of the racetrack and we get caught behind this car pulling a float, a 2-horse float. And it was from the McAvoy stables. So I thought, oh, I'll back that. I remember the old saying. I thought, I'll have a crack at that. So I get into the track. Next race is about to start shortly. Find a race book, buy a race book, and have a look for the trainer's colours. So in the next race, the trainer's got 2 horses in it. One's one of the favourites and the other one's 10 to 1. So I put $10 on each to win. The $10 one won. So I got $100. I'm laughing. What a great start. Anyway, a couple more races go by and then the weather just goes nuts. And the storm's rolling. It's thunder and lightning. And so the stewards decide to delay the next race until all the lightning's gone or moved on. Quite some time goes past. Then they abandon the next race and they think, right, we'll run the feature race of the night, the Manikato Stakes, and let's get out of here. So they're just bringing the horses onto the racetrack and bang, this big crack of lightning behind the grandstand, this huge crack of thunder. It was just amazing. So they took the horses back in. And the race meeting gets called off. So we're standing around and it's just raining like crazy. And we're under one of the grandstands and there's all these TVs and betting screens and stuff like that, and races and trotting racing and dog racing elsewhere around the country. There's this trotting race that's coming up, and there's a horse in there called Doug's Babe, and it's like 80 to 1. And I look at my mate and his sons, and they're looking at me, and that's 80 to 1. That's just like I'll never bet on a long shot horse, but 80 to 1. Anyway, so I don't back it. So we're watching the race on the TV. This horse is stuck on the rails behind the leaders. Just gets this miracle run coming around the home turn. Coming down the home straight, it hits the lead in a 3-horse war, and they're just lined up across the track as they hit the winning line, and just thankfully a horse out wide has just pushed his head in front. I was like, oh, thanks for that, because it would have hurt if it won at such big odds. But before the race meeting got called off, sitting up in the stands with my mate and his lads mates, one of them turns to my mate Scotty and goes, tomorrow, Cox Plate Day, it's a sellout. Scotty turns to me and goes, yeah, it's a sellout. And I'm like, I don't have a ticket. And he goes, what do you mean? And I said, I was just going to come to the track and buy one. He goes, no, for Cox Plate Day, you've got to buy the ticket online. I'm like, oh God. So it was just a crazy 4 or 5 days in Melbourne. And so I didn't go to the big race meeting. My mate's horse, I went into a betting shop and sat down there and watched it run. I put quite a bit of money on it, and it ran third, so I made a profit. And I just potted around, and that night went out to a really good restaurant. But after the meeting got called off, we're under the grandstands, raining like crazy. A lot of people are gathered under there, and there was this big group of young lads, and they just started going off. Well, not aggressive, and they just start singing and dancing around, and everyone starts joining in. It was quite funny. And my mates' lads and their friends were joining in, so I took some video footage. I'll try and squeeze it in here so you can have a quick look. Hopefully the YouTube algorithm doesn't pull it down, because they are singing a song that's popular around the world, and also football charts in England, they use the same tune. So we'll see if I get away with it or not. If not, I'll just have to take the volume out, or just take that clip out. But yeah, it was a real laugh. Then the security are trying to kick him out. I was like, come on fellas, it's pissing with rain. They're having fun, they're not hurting anyone, everyone's having a laugh, everyone's smiling, but you know, security guards.
Surrender the security guard. That's it. Get fucked up.
So I've got a bottle shop story from the other day. Stand behind the counter, see this geezer come in, and he just sort of like, And besides the counter, we've got a bit of shelving and cartons of beer displayed on it. He's a bit of a bum, and he puts his arm up on the carton, and he's just breathing real heavy. And I'm thinking, oh no, don't drop dead on me. But, you know, and he's probably, you know, I'm 54. He looked ragged, but he was probably younger than me. And in fact, I'd say he was younger than me. And it was just a nice, pleasant day. He's got a big jacket on and a big coat, I should say. And he goes, "Oh, you got somewhere I could sit down?" And I'm thinking, and we've got a stool behind the counter. And I'm thinking, nah. And I brought these set of two-step things that just fold out. And that I took from the porno shop to bring to the shop because they needed it. So that was actually out on the floor next to the shelf. And I said, "Oh, you can sit on that," which you can. So he does. And I'm thinking to myself, if you hit the deck, mate, I'm not doing mouth to mouth. You know, he's got a black eye, a big scabbed up, you know, cut above the eye, and I'm thinking, I'll ring the ambos, but I ain't getting down on my knees and putting my mouth on yours, mate. And he sits down. And I was thinking, oh, does this guy want to buy booze? And I give him, I don't know, 30 seconds, a minute. I don't really know how long it was. And I thought, I'm nipping this in the bud. So I said, "Oh yeah, what do you want, mate?" He goes, "Oh, it's a 2-litre port." So we got goon bags. I don't know, you probably sell them over. They were invented in Australia. You just get bulk wine, like 2, 4 or 5 litre, and also up to 10 litre for restaurants. They use as a house wine in bags and just a little tap on it. So he's getting this $12 Australian 2-litre port. And I was thinking, you're just a bum with your straggly hair. So I went and grabbed it, put it on the counter. He gets up, pays for it, and I'm thinking, I'm waiting for him to ask for something else, and he doesn't. And then he's just stomping out the door like some sort of lightweight Frankenstein. I'm just thinking, what's up with the man? Like, if you're in that bad condition, don't come into the shop. Stay home, recover. Whatever's wrong with you. I was a bit concerned he was going to go down the sympathy path. So I thought, right, I'm just not letting that happen. Didn't want to get him talking, didn't want to ask questions. Just, "Oh, mate, you've had your time, you got your stuff, time to go." Okay, that was a great shave. Very BBS, not one little nick. I was using the vintage Gillette Aristocrat blade again, the one I cracked last Friday. and just a beautiful shave. Just a beautiful shave. So let's have a talk about this soap. I've got my cheat sheets here. So it's this is from their site, an amber, leathery, floral and woody notes of Canadian fir, as in the tree, leather, orange, jasmine, sugar, oak moss, saffron and cedarwood. Just poke that up in there if it's trying to play the game for me. No, it's not. I really like this scent, and I can't describe it to you. Like there's a light burnt sugary note in there. Well, it's a burnt sugar to me, you know, that sweet burnt sugar scent. Really nice. There's nothing overtly sticking out for me, like bits and pieces of everything. So I looked through, there were some reviews for this soap, and one reviewer said that it reminded him of MFK Baccarat Rouge 540, and it retails in Australia, and this is in Australian dollars, a 70ml bottle from anywhere from $349 up to $510. So even with Aussie dollars, and you convert that to American, you're still looking, it's high 200 USD for a 70ml bottle. So, and this guy said he thought the scent was very, very similar. So I looked at the scent notes for this MFK Baccarat Rouge 540, and that's fir resin, as in the tree, jasmine, which is in this as well, hedione, I don't know how to pronounce it, don't know, amberwood, so there's amber in this as well. I don't know the pronunciation here, ambergris. That's that whale vomit, that product, like that big stone that gets found on beaches. It's really expensive. If you walk the beaches and you got this funny smelling big rock on the sand, pick it up, take it home. Could be payday. Saffron, which is in it, and cedar, which is in it. Something, well, hell yeah, that is a very similar combination. And it's just one of those few times. It reminds me of something, but I just can't explain it to you. I don't have the vocabulary, the perfume vocabulary to do it. But I really like the scent of it. So to go back to their original, an amber, leathery, floral and woody with woody notes. Try and work off of that if you can. So we've got the splash. So let's try to splash out. Splash smells very similar to the soap. So splash is a lighter scent. But it's pleasant, it's nice. I wouldn't say it's a winter, but definitely a spring and autumn scent, maybe even a milder summer scent. They're very nice. I'll run this past my partner, Dione, see what she thinks about it. Don't know if there's any alcohol in it. I've got a bit of a buzz, but because I really had no mix, oh man, that's too small for me to read. So if you can see alcohol in there, I have to look afterwards with my glasses. So I can't tell if there is alcohol or not. Right, so this retails from 22 US up to 30 US, so there must be two different sizes you can buy it in. Don't know what the splash was worth, but it's usually around a similar sort of money. I thought the lather was pretty cool. A lot of people raved in the comments about the reviews about the lather. I thought it was good. I thought the Shannon soap lather was a bit better. I think that was a bit creamier and thicker and had a bit more slickness to it. But this was still good. So, you know, you're comparing high-end cars here. So high-end soap. So there's going to be slight differences. When I first started getting it onto my face, I think, I don't know if this is going to last long on my face. But I kept working at face lathering and lathering in the bowl, and there was no problem at all. There was great length of lather on my face. It was still all there when I got to the end of each pass. So it's a great soap. So I'll put a link in definitely for the soap and their website. I will do a link for that perfume as well, just so you got something out of interest to check out. And yeah, no, I'm really glad I come across this soap. And so if my partner likes the scent, well, I might be keeping it. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll just tack on the end of this video if I've still kept it. My view from my hotel room in Melbourne. So you can just have a quick look at that. Alright people, thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing last week. There's still another unboxing, always another unboxing next Wednesday. I got another big box from the States that rocked up I got that on Monday. And I've done unboxing videos for that, and they'll come down the track as well. Alright people, enjoy your weekend. I hope it's a great one for you. And I will catch you on Monday. Take care. Ciao for now.